Hello everyone, and welcome to Can I Beat Pokemon Sword with only Yamper. Yamper is a cute, adorable corgi, and is Sonya's mascot. It also has a 270 base stat total. No need for Pokemon Home, because we can catch a Yamper on Route 2. We got lucky and found one at level 7. I named it Winston, after a dog my family used to own. He's jolly nature, so kinda good, but I don't know if that speed boost will help Yamper's 26 base speed. We start with Tackle, Tail Whip, and Nuzzle. We go to the battle with Hop at level 9. Wooloo and Grookey's combined effort takes Winston to -6 attack. We got Grookey to -4 defense with Tail Whip, but we go down. I hope this isn't foreshadowing this run. Thankfully, winning this battle was optional, and the next morning we're off to Motorstoke. At level 10, we learned Bite. This may have been useful to have earlier, I don't know. In Mostoke, we registered for the gym challenge. Team Yell were still easy pickings at the hotel, and the next day, we attended the opening ceremony. After the ceremony is our next hot battle. We start with the Nuzzle against Wooloo for the guaranteed paralysis, but that didn't stop Wooloo from taking 10 attacks to go down, because it used 3 growls and Hop used a potion. Grookey comes out and does a lot of damage with Branch Poke. Meanwhile, we go down to Grookey. At level 15, Yamper learns Roar, and I get an idea. We try Hop again with the Silk Scarf on Winston to power up Tackle. Turn 1, Roar drags out Grookey. We go for Tackle, but switch to Bite and get a huge crit. Hop heals, but Grookey still goes down to 3 more bites. Wooloo is next. We start spamming bites. We are -4 attack when Wooloo goes down. For Rookidee, we Nuzzle and go for Bite. Thankfully, Rookidee's peck only does 3 HP. 4 bites take out Rookidee. On Route 3, we get our butts kicked by a little girl's Pancham. On the second attempt, we get good paralysis luck, and Pancham never used Circle Throw. For Bead and Galamine, we had Bite, but Solosis got a hit because it took 2 bites. Gothita is faster, and Psybeam is doing good damage. Tickle lowers our attack, and we go down. We come back at level 19. Solosis is a one-shot. Gothita goes down to 2 hits. Hatenna is still faster, but Confusion is not hitting that hard. We go back and forth, and on the third turn, Hatenna leaves us on 1 HP, but we take out Hatenna. It's time for the first gym. Milo sends out Gossipler. We go for Bite, and oh. It starts to look like we're going to lose when I get an idea. What happens if a gym leader's ace is dragged in early via Roar? I'll tell you what happens. They Dynamax. Well, we lose this round. We can get through Gossifleur, but Eldegoss is really tanky. Thankfully, I can overlevel Yamper since it's not traded in. Oh, and by the way, Yamper's only super effective move is locked behind the 5th gym badge. At level 28, Bite makes Gossifleur a 3-hit KO, but we get no flinches. We are at 3/4 HP for Eldegoss. We start with Max Darkness and get a crit along with a special defense drop. 2 Max Strikes for Eldegoss activate our Citrus Berry. And our Max Strike, which is special, is doing good damage. In the last turn of Dynamax, Eldegoss takes us to 69 HP. Nice. And we take Eldegoss to Red Hot. 1 more hit wins us our first badge. On the way to the next gym, we're not going to Hop and go down to Fly. At level 30, Yamper learns Crunch, so we try again. Wooloo was a one-shot with Spark. Thwackey doesn't screech us this time, so it goes down to 3 crunches. Squire is a one-shot with Spark. At the second gym, Nessa was a first try sweep with Spark/Max Lightning, and so was Bead in the mine, but with Crunch. We reach Mostoke, and it's time for our battle with Marnie. She starts with Croagunk. Spark takes Croagunk to Yellow Hell, but then Croagunk hits us with the Crit Revenge. Marnie uses a Super Potion, so 2 more Sparks take out Croagunk. Scraggy is next and it outspeeds us. Our first spark paralyzes it, but nearly gets healed by Shed Skin. We go down after 2 more headbutts. Scraggy outspeeding us is an issue, because Headbutt has a chance to flinch. At level 36, we got a speed tie with Scraggy, so went down to 2 sparks. Now, it's time for the real problem, Morpeko. Morpeko resists everything except Swift. Also, at 10 levels lower, it outspeeds and can flinch us with Bite. At level 40, we learn Wild Charge, the strongest physical stab move we can learn, but it comes with recoil damage. It still takes a couple tries, but we get this attempt. Quivalent gets one shot by Spark. Scraggy is a 2-hit KO, but we outspeed so no flinches. For Morpeko, we get a crit with Wild Charge, letting us take out Morpeko with 1 more Wild Charge. It's time for the 3rd gym. Cabo burns us turn 1 using Ember, so our attack is down. Between Ninetales and Yamper, it's just a chipping battle, and Ninetales activates our Citrus Berry. It eventually goes down. Arcanite's next, and our attack is even lower. Spark is doing nothing, so we go down. It was very apparent to me that I cannot win with physical moves, so I go searching. I had to reset the Watch Raiders inventories a couple times, but I eventually find what I want, Thunderbolt. I replace Spark with Thunderbolt and try again. Ninetales misses a Will-O-Wisp, turn 1, and Thunderbolt is doing good damage. 2 more Thunderbolts take out Ninetales. Arcanite burns us and activates our berry, but Arcanite also goes down to 3 Thunderbolts. Cinescorch is last, and looks to be a 5-hit KO with Max Lightning, but Cinescorch takes us out next turn. It takes a few tries and level ups, but we return to Cabo at level 50. Yes, 50. For the 3rd gym. Ninetales still outspeeds and burns us, but it goes down to 2 Thunderbolts. Arcanite is also 2-hit KO, and it's on to Cinescorch. I started Max Darkness to lower Cinescorch's special defense, which causes our Max Lightning to take Cinescorch to red health. 1 more Max Lightning takes us Cinescorch, and we win our 3rd batch. With that done, we hit the Hammerlock and on to Route 6. I made sure to pick up the TM for Dig, and teach it to Winston. Oh, also, I didn't mention it, but at level 45, Winston learned Play Rough. Cabo's fire Pokemon resists Fairy, so I initially skipped it. In Snow Inside, we get into a battle with Hawk. Grimmar is a one-shot with Wild Charge. Silicobra is next. We dig to avoid Silicobra's dig, but Silicobra is slower, so we get hit. We do it again, but next time, I wait for Silicobra to go underground, and then I go underground, missing Silicobra's dig and taking out Silicobra with my dig. Blackie is next, and it outspeeds, taking us out with Razor Leaf. On our 2nd attempt, we got hit by Cramorant's dive and Gold Missile, but we took it out and Silicobra, who only used Rural Swing. Blackie is next. It ears round, while we went for Crunch and got the defense drop. Blackie's Screech misses and it goes down to 1 more punch. Toxel is last. 1 dig takes it out. It's time for the 4th gym. I have usually been skipping over the gym missions lately, but look at this. This Farfetch'd got 3 detects in a row. 3 in a row! It's time for B. She charges him on top, who survives a Play Rough and hits us with Revenge. It goes down next turn. Pangoro is next and a one-shot with Play Rough. Surfetch survives a Play Rough and takes us to 22 HP with Revenge. It goes down and last is Machamp, who takes us out with Max Strike. We try again, this time with a Berry on Winston. Himod is a one-shot, thanks to Play Rough getting a high damage roll. Pangoro is still a one-shot. Surfetch still survives a Play Rough and hits us to almost half HP, but it goes down next turn. We survive Machamp's G-Max G-Strike, which activates our Berry, and Machamp survives a Max Starfall. 1 more Max Starfall takes out Machamp. Beat is next, and just like before, he's a Swift Crunch. It's on to the 5th gym. Opal starts to beat me. I went for Dig, thinking it had neutralizing gas, but nope, Levitate. It goes down to 3 Wild Charges. Mawile is next and is a 2-hit KO with Dig. Togekiss is a one-shot with Wall Charge, but then we go down to recoil damage. I try again, this time without the Dig. Well, with Weezing being as tanky as it is, and with the ability to poison us, also with Mawile using Iron Defense, we had to grind. We come back to Opal at level 55. Weezing goes down to 2 Wall Charges. Mawile uses 2 Iron Defense, so Dig is not doing a lot of damage. 5 Digs take out Mawile. Togekiss is a one-shot with Wall Charge. Last is Uppermute. Max Lightning takes Uppermute to red health, and we survive the GMX finale, which allows us to take out Uppermute next turn. Back at Hammerlock, we pick up the Titanium for Fire Fang. Yamper can learn Thunder Fang and Fire Fang, but not Ice Fang for some reason. It's time for our next Hop Hat. He starts with Trevenant. Trevenant took 3 crunches because Hop used a Hyper Potion. Snorlax is next and is a 2-hit KO with Ball Charge, but we are already below half health thanks to Body Slam and recoil damage. Heatmore is next. Heatmore outspeeds us and lowers our defense with Fire Lash twice before going down. We go down to Bolton. Okay, so we need to outspeed Heatmore and take it out in one shot. Also, Wall Charge's recoil is determined by the opponent's HP, so I need to avoid Wall Charging Snorlax. Possibly. Experimenting with Snorlax took a lot of tries, but at level 61, we reached Heatmore and we now outspeed it. 1 Dig takes out Heatmore. Bolton still outspeeds, but that's expected. 1 Dig takes out Bolton and we finally make the Rillaboom. Rillaboom outspeeds and we go down the drum beating. With us at level 61, I came to realize that I can't be relying on EXP candies. I have to EV train. I start at the area right outside Modesto, where there are a lot of Stuffles and Mudbrays. Give attack EV. After a few minutes, I moved to outside the Hammerlock gate, where there are Machokes. Machokes give 2 attack EVs instead of 1, like Stuffle and Mudbray. 4 EVs equal 1 stat point, so 2 Machokes give me 1 attack stat point. I tried Hop in between training, but I eventually get this run when Yamper's attack stat is at 100. Trevenant was a one-shot with Crunch. A Wild Charge and Crunch takes Snorlax to red health, but Hop uses a Hyper Potion. 3 more Crunches take out Snorlax, who only hit us once. Heatmore is a one-shot with Dig, and so is Bolton, who activated our barrier. Rillaboom hits us with Drum Beating, but we survive and attack with Fire Fang. Fire Fang burns Rillaboom, which probably saved us, because Rillaboom's next Drum Beating takes us to 20 HP before it goes down to another Fire Fang. It's time for the 6th shift. Winter starts with Barbarico. Barbarico goes for Shell Smash, but its one shot takes the Yamper being slower. Shuffle is next and weakens our attack with Power Split. It takes 5 hits to take out Shuffle, but we were at 52 HP. Sojourner is next and uses Wonder Room first turn, so it goes down to 1 Dig. Last is Colossal, who outspeeds and hits with Max Flare. We survive and kick Colossal to yellow health before going down. On our second attempt, Barbarico is still one shot. Shuffle never used Power Split, so our attack stat is unchanged. Sojourner is still one shot, and we're back to Colossal. 1 Max Quake takes out Colossal, and it's time for our next Hop Out. First is Double. Double is just buffing its defense as we attack with Crunch. Double goes down to hail damage. Snorlax is next. Crunch is doing good damage, but so is Snorlax Body Slam. As Snorlax enters red health, Hop uses a Hyper Potion, just for Snorlax to get knocked out by a crit. Rillaboom is next. We get outspeed and taken out with Drum Beating. I go back on the EV training grind. I went back to Hammerlock Hill and knocked out Machokes and Stuffles until Winston's attack stat stopped going up, but I didn't stop there. I knocked out Diggersby's and Noctowls in the next area for some HP EVs. In between my grinding, I tried Hop multiple times, but I could never get past Rillaboom. Until this attempt. Winston was level 73 and carrying leftovers. Double gets one shot by Wild Charge. Against Snorlax, he gave crit dig, taking Snorlax to red health. Hop uses a Hyper Potion, but Dig takes Snorlax back to red health. Snorlax goes down to hail damage while we're underground. Our Dig hits Rillaboom. Rillaboom hits us to 57 HP before going down to Fire Fang. Pincurchin is a one-shot with Dig, and last is Corviknight, who is a one-shot with Fire Fang. With Hop done, we go down to round 9, and it's time for our next battle with Marnie. But Marnie's team was a sweep with Play Rough, except for Toxicroak, who took 2 Fire Fangs. For our next gym, we catch a Magikarp, and it's on the Pierce. Scrafty is first and lowers our attack with Intimidate. Just like with Marnie, Play Rough one-shots Scrafty. Malamar is a 2-shot, so 2 foul plays had taken Winston to yellow health. Obstagoon is next, and lowers our defense with Obstruct, then outspeeds and takes us out with Throat Chop. Okay, our first concern is negating Scrafty's Intimidate. I don't want to use White Earth, because there's only one, and I might need it for the last fight with Bede. Suddenly, I remember something. Choice Band. The Choice Band gives a Pokemon a free +1 in attack, but you can only use one move the whole time that Pokemon is out. I was planning to just spam Play Rough anyway, so I get the band and retry Pierce. Scrafty is still one-shot. Malamar is now one-shot. Obstagoon didn't use Obstruct, so Play Rough damaged it for half its health. It's surprisingly bulky. We go first next turn and take out Obstagoon. Skuntank is last. 2 Play Roughs take out Skuntank, and we narrowly avoid going down the Aftermath. Raihan is next. Flygon is a one-shot with Play Rough, and Gigalith hits us with the Bite Press. Sandaconda is out and outspeeds Winston, taking him to below half health with Earth Power. Dig takes Gigalith to 1/5 HP. We go down to Earth Power. Okay, so after that hop out, Winston's EV is maxed out, so all we can do now is level up. I tried the Choice Band again, but for some reason, instead of its usual Thunder Punch to Magikarp, Flygon switched to Breaking Swipe, which nullified Choice Band's buff. It did this for 3 attempts in a row. It's like the AI knows. I decided to stay with the leftovers to nullify Sandstorm damage. With Winston at level 86, we got this attempt. Play Rough takes out Flygon. We now outspeed Sandaconda to go for Dig, which allows us to dodge an Earth Power. Okay, maybe it's a speed time, because we dodge a second Earth Power before taking Gigalith to red health. One more Dig takes it out. Duraludon is out. We tank a G-Max depletion and Earth Power before Mixcooking and taking Sandaconda to red health with Max Starfall. Next turn, we use a Max Pick on Duraludon and take it to red health. Also, I decided to use my last Dynamax turn to take out Sandaconda, who had predicted going for Protect. One more Dig takes out Duraludon, which wins us our final badge. Time for the semifinals in Windley. First is Marnie, who just like before was a sweep with Play Rough. But we did get hurt by confusion and got poisoned by Toxicroak. Morpeko had used Torment, but did you know Dynamax bypasses Torment? Next was the bigger challenge, Hop. Double was first. Double boosts its defense with Con Guard, but then goes down to a crit Dig. Snorlax is next. Snorlax now has no high horsepower, but it keeps missing until we get Snorlax to zero health. But even then, it wasn't doing much damage. Hop uses a full restore, which prevents Snorlax from going down to Fire Fang. 2 more hits take out Snorlax. Pincurchin is next, and goes down to 1 Dig. Corviknight is after that, and goes down to 1 Wild Charge. Rillaboom is left. Rillaboom's Max Fate takes us to half health, but Max Flare takes Rillaboom to a sliver of health. 1 more takes it out. Finally, the first try win against Hop. And of course it would be the last Hop out. It's time to infiltrate Rose Tower. We get the key, and the top of the tower is Oleana. The battle starts with Frostlass. Frostlass burns us and does big damage with Hex, but goes down to 2 Fire Fangs. Milotic is next and survives a Wild Charge, which allows it to use Recover the next turn. Both Dig and Crunch are just not doing enough damage. We had to use Wild Charge to take out Milotic. That left us with 52 HP after recoil damage. Salazzle is next, and goes down to a one-shot. We go down to Serena. I replace leftovers with the Lumberry and Wild Charge with Spark and try again. The Lumberry negates Frostlass's Will-O-Wisp and goes down to one punch. My luck is a one-shot with Spark. For Salazzle, we dodge its Poison Gas and one-shot it with Dig. Serena's out. Serena uses a track, but we manage to get off a Fire Fang and take Serena to its lower health. The next turn, we are immobilized by low, but we get the KO the turn after. Garbodor is left. We are -2 attack from Trap Kick, but Max Quake takes Garbodor to below half health. One more takes it out. We find Leon and we can begin the finals tomorrow. First is our battle with Bee. Mawa is first and our attack is down. However, despite that, Dig one-shots Mawa. Gardevoir is next. Gardevoir uses Wish, while we use Spark. Spark paralyzes Gardevoir, so next turn we outspeed and take out Gardevoir. Rapidash is also a 2 KO, and last is Hatterene. Max Lightning takes over half Hatterene's health, while its Max Flare does only a little. One more takes it out. Next is Nessa, who uses a one-shot sweep with Choice Banded Spark. After that is B, who was mostly a one-shot sweep with Choice Banded Play Rough, but Machamp survived one hit, so I went down next turn despite B's forward storm. Last is Reinhardt. He starts with Torkoal. Dig takes it to red health and we get hit with the Soul Beam. Oh, and by the way, I put the leftovers back in Winston. One more Dig takes out Torkoal. Flygon is next. It sets up Sandstorm and we miss the Play Rough. The next turn, Flygon does big damage with Earthquake, but gets one shot by Play Rough. Next is turn Nancy. Takes us out with Shelter. We try again with the Pixie Plate on Winston. This time, we hit Flygon first try. When Turn Air comes out, we go for Play Off while Turn Air sets up Sunny Day. That allows us to take it out next turn. Gudra is next is a one-shot with Play Rough. Last is Duraludon, who is a 2 KO with Max Quake. It's time to battle Leon, or at least it would have been, but first we have to beat up the CEO of Galar's biggest conglomerate. Rose starts with Skevely. One Fire Fang takes it out. Ferroseed is a one-shot. Berserker and Clink Clang both needed 2 hits, and last is Coverage. 2 Max Flare to take it out. For Eternatus, while Dynamax Cannon had taken over half Winston's health for one go, it goes down to 2 digs. For Eternatus Eternatus, we just spammed dig until Eternatus went down. Nothing special happened this time. It's finally time to battle Leon. Winston is level 96. We go for Fire Fang against Aegislash. It does half of Aegislash's health. Plus gets a burn. Aegislash then hits us with a Shadow Ball, which does good damage. We finish off Aegislash with Dig. Haxorus is next. It takes us to 52 HP with a single Earthquake. 160 HP in one go. One player off takes out Haxorus. We go down to timeout. Let's try at level 100. Aegislash is still 2 KO. Haxorus still does big damage with Earthquake, and we miss a player up, so we go down. A few more attempts later, I come to the conclusion that Haxorus Earthquake takes too much HP. Also, this run is approaching the playing length of my Cloud Quest run. Link in the description, by the way. So, I decided to take a trip to the Isle of Armor. In the Isle of Armor, we had horrible luck against Clara. Poisey takes more health each turn, so leftovers is useless. Also, I tried to use a Lumberry, but then Clara Scruffy gets first turn poison twice. I decided to use a Full Restore to help beat Clara. I don't make it a rule, but starting from my Alchemy only challenge, I've tried to do these challenge runs without in-battle healing items. That just shows the difficulty of this run. Well, with Honey unlocked, I give Winston max health and max attack. Time to try Leon again. Well, to much surprise, being slower gave Winston an advantage against Aegislash, as long as it used King Shield first turn, because Dig would hit Aegislash's sword form, which resulted in a one-hit KO. Haxorus still does over half Winston's health with Earthquake. Inteleon takes Winston to red hell, but goes down to 1 spark. We go down to Drag Pole. I decide to experiment with other Hell Diamonds. In a Guava Berry, I had no citrus berries. Put us in more health for Drag Pole, so we can take it out. We then go down to Mr. Rhyme. I tried a Sugar Berry to reduce Earthquake's damage, but then Hatchers used Outrage. Another one of those more AI ones. Hatchers used Earthquake the next attempt though, but every other one of Leon's Pokemon still hits us hard. I tried Dynamaxing early, but Charizard outspeeds and we were always at low health. When this playthrough had finally reached the 26 hour mark, I decided I had no choice. I needed to use healing items. For our final battle, Aegislash goes down today, so we're at full health for Hatchers. Earthquake only does 90 HP because of our Sugar Berry. Hatchers goes down to 1 Play Rough. Battalion goes down to Spark. Dragapult goes down to Play Rough, but we're at 9 HP going into Mr. Rhyme. I use a full restore, but cycling is doing almost 100 HP. Firefang leaves Mr. Rhyme on its slower health, so we go for the early Dynamax to take Mr. Rhyme's next attack, but then Leon uses a full restore instead. Max Flare takes out Mr. Rhyme. Charizard is out, and of course it goes for GMX Wildfire when there's a drought. But that doesn't matter, because we survive on 7 HP to take out Charizard with Max Lightning. We beat Pokemon Sword with only Yamper. Thank you to everyone who watched this video, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and maybe leave a comment.